A homeless man spends his last few bucks on a box of English flashcards, but at checkout, the little girl next to him isn't happy about it.
Something steep.
Willie doesn't argue back. He just sets the cards and the money on the counter, asks the girl's mother to ring it up for him, and quietly steps aside.
Thank you.
He could have used that money for a full meal, but right now, what he wants more is to figure out what's written in the diary he found.
And she said because she loved me more than life itself. When I get to heaven, I want to be able to tell her about every day I was alive.
It's a little girl pouring her heart out to her mother in heaven. This hits close to home for Willie. He also lost his mom and hates being alone. But right at the crucial part, the rest of it switches to cursive handwriting. Willie can't read those words, so he pulls out that box of cursive flashcards and works through it word by word. And once again, he finds something he shares with this girl.
It thundered the night my mom died. I'm afraid of thunder.
I'm afraid of thunder.
Then a deafening crack of thunder rolls across the sky. Willie scrambles into his cardboard box, curling up with the girl's diary in his arms. With that diary beside him, he doesn't feel quite so alone anymore. He's never even met her, but that raw, genuine connection makes Willie decide to write her back. He sharpens a pencil he picked up while panhandling, then starts writing his reply right in the diary.
My name is Willie. I found your diary and thought I would write you back if you don't mind. Maybe we could be pen pals.
As a homeless man, he's deeply lonely. He knows she'll never actually get his letters, and somehow that just proves how alone they both are. Willie also writes that he loves standing alone on rooftops, looking out over the city, wishing he could turn into a bird and fly away. It's like only inside this diary has Willie finally found a place to belong. And every time, he folds the letter into a paper airplane and lets it fly, quietly hoping the girl will somehow get it. That way, they could be friends, because in her diary, the girl wrote this.
When Mommy was sick, I used to hug her, and she said it made everything okay. She promised that whenever I get lonely, she will send an angel down to hug me, but I haven't seen him yet.
You'd think Willie's life would just go on like this, but one day, everything about it gets turned upside down. He's sitting around next to his cardboard box when a fancy car pulls up right in front of him. The guy up front is holding a camera, and the rich kid in back is wearing a smirk of pure contempt. He wants these homeless guys to fight each other. Whoever wins walks away with 50 bucks. But the black man standing there hears this and angrily shuts him down. Because no matter how broke you are, you've still got dignity. He tells the rich kid to get his car off this street. Now, the argument catches Willie's attention. He only wants to see what's going on, but the other man assumes he came running for that 50 bucks. And just like that, the two of them go at it, in that cold, cramped alley, swinging with everything they've got. The rich kids are instantly hyped. They roll up the windows and film the whole fight. But Willie is clearly not someone to mess with. His rage pushes him past his limits, and this out-of-nowhere boxing match ends with Willie winning in a landslide. The rich kid got exactly what he wanted, and he's thrilled. He jumps out of the car and hands over the 50 bucks himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Willie, my main man, Willie the Cardboard Boxer!
Willie doesn't know what to do with himself. The whole thing feels insane to him, but in the rich kid's loud, cocky praise, Willie feels something he's never felt before, real approval. $50 means Willie won't have to beg for a long while, but he doesn't do what most guys on the street would do and blow it all at once. Instead, he walks into a motel and gets a room with a shower. The owner sizes him up, but thankfully doesn't give him any trouble. The first thing Willie does in that room is wash off all the grime and shame, because he still remembers what that little girl said in the supermarket. Then he just sits on the bed, eating snacks and watching TV. But he's afraid of getting too attached to any of it. So when the sun comes up the next morning, he's asleep on the cold, hard floor. He's scared he'd get used to a soft bed. After he checks out, everything goes back to normal. Willie happens to spot one of his homeless neighbors, struggling to push his own wheelchair. Willie means well, so he decides to give him a hand. But the guy shuts him down, hard. Then Willie realizes his thoughtless little gesture just bruised the fragile pride of a disabled man. So to make it right, he carefully asks the guy if he could do him a favor instead. If you'll read this diary to me, I'll push you up the hill. Hearing that, Pinky just scoffs and throws the diary on the ground. But after a moment's hesitation, he agrees to Willie's request.
You know what a pawn shop is?
Two homeless men start getting to know each other, slowly becoming one of the few friends either of them has. Turns out Pinky is a veteran, decorated too. He even has a photo taken with the president, but that war took both of his legs. Overnight, he went from being a hero to being, in his own words, completely useless. The president honored him. He's got a Purple Heart, and none of it kept him off the street. Life has gotten too hard to keep going. So Pinky decides to sell the medal he traded his legs for just to get one decent meal. But when they get to the pawn shop, he's told the medal is worth $15, tops, because nobody buys worthless junk like that. And that line sends Pinky into a spiral of pure rage. He feels completely humiliated.
Fucking I'm worthless, man. It's my legs right there.
But no matter how furious he gets, it's all just a joke to the pawn shop guy. In the end, he takes the medal back, head hanging. He doesn't want to bow to life like this, so he pulls out the photo with the president, which means even less to the owner. It's a rough day for them, but luckily, they find some halfway decent chicken in a dumpster. Sure, there are a few ants crawling on it, but honestly, this counts as a good dinner. Right across the street is a nightclub area, and here's the cruel irony. One visit there costs $15. Same price as a Purple Heart, same price as Pinky's legs. Because Pinky came into his life, Willie, who always kept to himself, slowly gets used to the noise and chaos of the block. He starts learning how to be part of it, a handful of lonely souls sitting together, bragging about their glory days. It's nice. Like a family swapping stories after dinner. Then somebody asks Willie what his dream is. Willie thinks about it for a long time. Finally, he speaks up and says what he really wants.
I don't want to be alone when I die.
Willie's answer instantly kills the mood. Everybody just goes quiet. Years on the street shaped Willie into a loner, drifting with no place to call home, stripped away any sense of safety he had. So he instinctively reaches out for any scrap of comfort, even if it's a diary somebody threw in the trash, even if it's a stray dog nobody wanted. He'll pour every bit of himself into loving them. Willie takes the dog in, and when he panhandles holding that puppy, people are noticeably more generous. But Willie doesn't spend the money on a big meal for himself. He buys the stray a can of meat instead, and while he listens to the dog happily chewing away, he keeps reading the girl's diary.
Sometimes I wonder if Mommy can even hear me. Maybe she's not there either anymore. Maybe you have someone in your life for just a little while, and when they go, they're gone, and you're all alone.
Just like that stray dog by his side, and all those strangers who show him a flicker of kindness, they're all just passing through Willie's life. They bring a little light, but loneliness is the default setting. It takes Willie forever to get through one diary entry. Today's words hurt more than usual. Whenever the pain gets to be too much, Willie rides the bus. He wants somebody to notice him, even just a single glance. And every time, he offers them a smile. Even when the look he gets back isn't a kind one, it's still enough for him. Christmas is coming. With the money he's panhandled, Willie buys a copy of The Little Match Girl. He thinks the girl in that story is a lot like the girl in the diary. So he tears off the cover and tapes it onto the diary.
So don't worry. I hear you. And your mommy, she can hear you too.
Willie folds another letter into a paper airplane and lets it fly. They're friends. This is how Willie keeps a friend company. The moment the new year arrives, everybody on the street crowds together, wishing each other well. But Willie slips away from the noise and heads up to the roof alone. He sets the diary down beside him, imagining the girl is sitting right there with him. And together, they watch the fireworks bloom across the night sky. But the next day, the street is just as dead as it is every year. Willie and Pinky are digging through the trash when they come across a scrap of cardboard, and Willie suddenly gets an idea. He takes a marker and writes "War Hero" on it, and it works better than either of them expected. For once, when Pinky panhandles, nobody laughs at him or looks down on him. Strangers actually stop for a moment and offer him a little kindness. With that money in hand, the two of them decide to treat themselves. Willie wheels Pinky over to the same motel as before. They just want to wash off the filth and the exhaustion. But when the owner sees two homeless guys, one of them in a wheelchair, he jacks up the price on the spot. A double room clearly costs $60, but now he says it's $60 per person. They both know exactly what this is, but being homeless, there's nothing they can do about it. Big-hearted Willie backs down. He gets Pinky into the room alone and heads back out to sleep in the cold. But when he gets back to that street, he runs right into the rich kid looking for another fight. Maybe it's for the chance at a real meal, or maybe he just needs somewhere to put all that anger. Willie doesn't hesitate, he's in, and it takes him all of a few punches to knock his opponent out cold. The rich kid is beside himself watching it. He loves this clueless homeless guy, so he walks up and offers to be his friend. And this is the first person in a very long time to ever call Willie a friend first. His face doesn't show a thing, but inside, something is stirring. He's desperate to be accepted. Even if the acceptance is fake, the rich kid sells the footage of the homeless fights to anybody willing to pay. And the money is good, so he decides to throw an even bigger, wilder event. As long as he's got Willie as his ace, the cash will keep rolling in.
Can I count on you, Willie?
Yeah, you take good care of me.
Yeah. I know I can. Bump it. You're my motherfucking cardboard boxer.
One night, a while later, Willie and Pinky are sitting by a fire, and Pinky makes good on his promise, reading the girl's diary out loud for Willie. In her entry, the girl writes that a whole week went by without anyone speaking to her. Her life is full of loneliness and grief, and the only thing she holds on to is her mother, so far away. Missing her mom too much to bear, she lights candles in her memory. But her drunk uncle shows up out of nowhere. He hurls abuse at her, then furiously knocks the candles over. Living in a home that lonely and broken, sometimes she even thinks how nice it would have been if her mother had taken her along.
I want to go be in heaven with her.
we would be happy again.
Hearing this, the horror is written all over Willie's face. He had no idea she'd been through that much pain, and that entry drags Pinky back into a memory he can't stand to revisit. In the middle of that war, he accidentally took a little girl's life. If she were still alive, she'd be about the same age as the girl in the diary. Everyone knows. It wasn't Pinky's fault. The enemy grabbed her and used her as a human shield. Pinky had no choice but to pull the trigger. But ever since that war ended, that moment has been a shadow he can't shake. Every waking second, he's drowning in guilt and regret, wondering, what if he hadn't taken her life? What if he'd sacrificed himself instead? Would everything be different now? Listening to that agony pour out of Pinky, Willie understands his pain. He listens the way a friend listens, then gently tries to comfort him.
You had to do it so you could be here. You could be my friend.
I gotta go, man. I gotta go.
But after that night, Pinky vanishes into thin air. Willie doesn't hear a single word from him. Then one night, the rich kid brings his crew back to the alley for another fight. $50 again. A hungry homeless man takes the offer. But just as he and Willie are tangled up, a huge guy comes out of nowhere with a frying pan and smashes the rich kid in the head. Willie sees someone hurting his friend and immediately shoves the guy to the ground until the man is completely out cold. And once it's done, everybody scatters. Even that so-called friend Willie was so proud of is the first one gone without a trace, leaving Willie standing there alone, completely lost. He hides in his box, wide awake all night. He's sure he's going to prison. Sure, he'll spend the rest of his life behind bars. But the next morning, when he wakes up on the street, the cops ask him a couple of questions. And that's it. Nothing ever comes of it, because in their eyes, nobody cares whether some homeless guy at the bottom lives or dies. But even if the cops let it go, Willie can't escape his own guilt. He takes the diary to a cemetery, looking for some comfort from his late father, because he believes his dad has been watching him grow up from heaven.
I miss my dad. I'll say goodbye to him.
All he's got is a cold slab of stone, but it represents the father who once lifted him high.
Goodbye, Daddy.
Willie has watched a lot of people die, and his loneliness keeps getting heavier, which means he writes the girl more and more letters. Everything he's been through lately, all the feelings he's got nowhere to put, he pours every last bit of it out to a girl he's never met. When he's finished, he heads back up to the roof and takes those letters, full of everything he's holding in, folds them into planes and throws them at the sky. That night, Willie happens to walk past that pawn shop again and spots Pinky's medal sitting in the window. Seeing it, he can't help feeling confused. Pinky was so adamant with that pawn shop owner before, so why would he just hand it over now? To surprise his friend, Willie decides to buy the medal back. Tonight is much colder than usual. When Willie gets back, he hurries into his cardboard box. Then he sees Pinky across the way, hunched over in his wheelchair, taking the full brunt of the wind. He looks at Pinky, not moving at all, then at the blanket in his box. Willie decides to give his friend his most precious blanket, but he calls out to Pinky and gets nothing back. The closer he gets, the worse it feels. And when he finally reaches him, he finds that Pinky stopped breathing some time ago. Willie just stands there, stunned, and then the grief crashes over him. He never even got the chance to give the medal back.
My only friend, Pinky.
Maybe Pinky pawned that medal, hoping to find it an owner who actually deserved it. But now that Pinky's gone, that medal has nowhere left to belong. So the next day, Willie hangs it in the spot where Pinky died, a small tribute to every moment his friend ever shined. But that very night, the neighborhood's unofficial boss shows up with his guys looking for Willie. He's heard Willie's been beating up homeless men for money, so he comes over demanding to know why. And Willie just innocently tells him this.
They're my friends.
Your friends. They're not your friends, Willie.
Yes, they are.
Are they sleeping down here with you? They're not sleeping in a goddamn box, are they? They're not your friends. Are you out of your fucking mind letting them do that shit?
Listening to the man tear into him, Willie snaps out of the dream and suddenly sees it all. He finally understands. He was never a friend. He was just entertainment for a bunch of rich kids, and he was stupid enough to hurt his own neighbors over and over for money. The shame and rage boil over. He starts wildly hammering his fists into a dumpster just to get it out of his system. But once it's out, all that's left inside him is emptiness. He wanted so badly to find a little safety in this life on the street, to have someone offer him some comfort when the loneliness got bad. He wanted one real friend so badly. Even a stranger passing by, the lonely woman by the public restroom, or a poor stray dog, or even a scorched diary. But he's the one who destroyed that wish with his own hands. He's the one who pushed himself into the abyss. He decides he can't be that girl's pen pal anymore, because he's not a good man. He's a monster who hurts friends for cash. At this point, he sees nothing left to hope for. So he goes to enlist. He figures, even if he falls in battle, at least he'll have found a reason to exist. But when he gets to the recruiting office, they turn him down. He's too old.
I'll be a human shield.
What?
You can use me to protect the soldiers from bullets. You can just throw me away. I want you to. I want you to throw me away.
The officer still says no, and Willie ends up right back on that same street. By now, he sees himself as a rat in the gutter, just barely surviving in some filthy corner. And that's exactly when the rich kids pull up again. This time, he's brought a whole crowd of his buddies. He calls himself and his friends Roman nobles, and treats the homeless men like gladiator slaves. They want the slaves to fight one more time, but even with insults that blatant, not one of them steps forward. Sure, they've got nothing, but they've still got the basic dignity of a human being. Then, out of nowhere, a skin and bones old man raises his hand. He's just too hungry. He knows perfectly well this is a rich kid's game, but he needs to eat, so he has no choice. And no matter what the rich kid says after that, nobody else budges. Then, he spots Willie keeping quiet in the corner. Only this time, Willie sees straight through him and refuses without a second's hesitation. But the rich kid doesn't back off. He uses the old man's life as leverage. If Willie won't fight, he'll have the old man beaten senseless. Maybe just to keep anyone from hurting the old man. Willie finally gives in.
You don't have to do this. I'm sorry, Willie.
The bets pour in, but when the big homeless boxing match starts, Willie just stands there and lets the old man hit him. He even drops to his knees, right in front of everyone, to make it easier on him. What he's doing looks like penance, like he's begging the others to forgive what he did. Seeing Willie react like this, the rich kid drops the friendly mask completely. He brings out the diary and warns Willie flat out, throw a punch or the diary burns.
Don't make me tell you again, Willie. Hit him!
He looks at the old man, then at the most precious thing he owns, and Willie makes his choice. This time, he's not betraying anyone.
I'm not gonna hit him.
Fine. No!
Willie rushes in and knocks the barrel over, then throws himself at the flames to save that diary. The fire tears into his hands like knives, and he doesn't pull back for a second. Because for him, right now, that diary isn't just the last thing he has left. It's a little girl's memories. It's the only thing keeping either of them going. But after all that desperate scrambling, the diary burns to nothing anyway. And Willie's hands are badly burned. He lies in the hospital bed, expressionless, as the emptiness and despair wash over him. Thinking about this failed, solitary life of his, he can't hold it in anymore. He starts reciting the diary out loud, over and over, because he memorized every word of it long ago. The doctors have gone home for the night, and Willie's voice in that room carries out into the hallway through the call intercom. And fate quietly plays its next note. A girl with burns of her own, wrapped head to toe in bandages, slips out of her room and follows that voice to Willie's door.
My mommy gave me this diary.
On Christmas before she went to heaven, she told me to write in it every day.
Because every day that we are alive is special.
So when I get to heaven,
I can tell her about every day that I was alive.
She peeks in at the man carefully, like she's looking at the angel her mother always talked about. Meanwhile, while Willie's in the hospital, the neighborhood boss flags down a black car. Inside are the rich kid and his friend. Given everything that guy has done lately, the man simply pulls a weapon out of his car.
I don't want your money or your car. I want you two boys to fight each other. The winner gets to drive home, but the loser, they stay with me.
Hearing that, the rich kid's own buddy pins him against the car and slugs him hard in the face. And the neighborhood boss just watches it all in silence. Turns out that's all their friendship was ever worth. A few days later, Willie's finally healing up, and the hospital staff drop him back on the street. But ever since that diary burned, he's lost all hope in life. He sits on the curb like a walking corpse, numb to everything. Then Willie goes back to panhandling. He doesn't announce anything. He doesn't ask for anything. He just stands there quietly, watching the traffic stream past him. Even when a preacher walks up to him, claiming he knows a way to get him into heaven, all Willie says is,
I don't want to go to heaven. I want to go to hell.
They have no answer for that, so they turn and walk away. But just as his life is completely swallowed by despair, a little girl comes across the street toward him. There are burn scars on her face. She walks slowly up to Willie, and the instant their eyes meet, their souls recognize each other before their eyes ever could. She knows. He knows.
Waiting for the angel mommy sent to hug me.
Maybe we could be pen pals.
Sometimes I wonder if mommy can even hear me. Maybe she's not there either anymore.
So don't worry. I hear you. And your mommy, she can hear you too.
It thundered the night my mom died. I'm afraid of thunder.
I'm afraid.